I'm seeking another term as Judge Executive because I want to finish what we've started. I'm very proud of the fact that Boone County ranks as one of the best counties in the Commonwealth and the country, and we have more work to do. When I think back about where we started, of course, I started by bringing my private sector experience to county government, and that has paid off. Today, our tax rate is lower than when I took office. We have never applied a new tax of any kind, and we've made government more efficient and more effective. Basically, what we're doing is keeping government out of the way of business, but being there to serve the people as best we can. Some of the results. We led the nation in 2012 in the number of economic development announcements, with 18 companies either expanding or coming to Boone County. Since 2008, when the economy got tough, we have created private sector jobs in Boone County, over 9,000 of them, and that represents about 82 companies either expanding or coming to Boone County. So the results speak for themselves, and we want to continue that. When I took office, we had several law enforcement agencies in the county. We began to work on a merger agreement, and it was very successful. Today, we have one combined sheriff's department focusing on law enforcement. And why that's important today is with this tremendous heroin problem that's facing Northern Kentucky, we're going to need their resources and the resources of social service agencies and many other faith-based and corporate partners in order to tackle this problem of heroin. When I think of the success we've had in building new roads to keep up with the growth that we've experienced, today we're driving on the new road Arrow Parkway and Bushelman Boulevard, but there's more to be done. Right now, under construction is the new overpass at Kentucky 18 and Camp Ernst Road. We've got to see that that's completed on time and under budget. And there's many other projects in the queue that we want to continue bringing. The center section of Pleasant Valley and Camp Ernst Road are up next for reconstruction and widening. The widening of US 42 from in the Mount Zion area from US 42 to I-75, and the rebuild of the interchanges at Richwood and Mount Zion are things I want to see completed. I love serving the people of Boone County, and I look forward to another term so that we continue to make Boone County the best. First, I believe that the thing that sets us apart the most is experience. The record is clear. The numbers are very clear. Boone County is doing more with less. Being the day-to-day executive of the county, the CEO of the county basically, is a lot different than being a county commissioner. County commissioners come to the court meetings twice a month. They vote on items that are on the agenda, and then they move back to whatever they do in their private life. The county judge executive is the day-to-day mayor or executive of the county. So it's up to that person to build a staff, build a team, and create a vision for the community. I have done that, and when I compare that experience to my opponent, there's a major difference here. When you look at our per capita spending today, it is lower than it was just a few years ago. I've already mentioned the tax rate on real property is lower than it was a few years ago. Our tax rate is 30% lower than Kenton County. We've never applied a new tax, but we continue to deliver quality services to the people of Boone County. To measure that, just recently, in partnering with NKY, we did a customer satisfaction survey of our residents. We had done one back in 2007, and we wanted to do one this year to benchmark against those statistics. In almost every category, all but two, we improved in the level of customer satisfaction. That's everything from how we clean the roads when it's snow and ice to fixing the potholes afterwards, the quality of our parks and recreation, our law enforcement, safe communities. All of those scores were higher. So we're doing more with less. Per capita spending lower, customer satisfaction higher. I think there's also a difference when I think about professionalism. And what I mean by that is Representing Boone County, whether you're sitting across the table from a corporate executive that's thinking about moving their company to our community, making millions, sometimes $100 million capital investment in our community, bringing hundreds of jobs. Who do you want sitting across the table from that corporate executive selling Boone County and telling the story? Meeting with the governor or testifying before the state legislature is another item where professionalism is so important and experience is so important. Well, keeping taxes low and service quality high will continue to be a major issue. And we've demonstrated that we've done that. I've already talked about that. I do believe that a challenge will be the unfunded mandates being passed down by state and federal government. We're seeing, because of their budget crunches, more and more times where they want to pass responsibilities to local government without any funding for them. So we're going to have to find ways. An example of this is the consent decree at Sanitation District Number 1. SD1 is being required to spend over $1 billion on infrastructure over the next several years. The only way to pay for that will be with rate increases or improved efficiencies. And that is something that will need strong leadership. We must appoint quality people to the board at SD1, and that will continue to be a major issue affecting and facing our community and our county. We're almost to a point of reaching the max on affordability when it comes to rates. So what has to happen? More efficiencies and more time to meet the consent decree. Job creation will continue to be a major issue. We need quality, good-paying jobs for our citizens, and I've already touched on that a bit. And our heroin epidemic that's facing our community. In the year 2013, in Boone County alone, there was an average of 1 overdose every 2 weeks. 1 overdose every 2 weeks. That is not acceptable. We must come together as a community and as a region to face and tackle this challenge of heroin. And with our growing community, with more jobs and more people moving in, roads and infrastructure will continue to be a challenge. We've demonstrated that we can get those funded either locally or through working with state and federal. We need to go on and get the new projects completed. Those are projects that I mentioned earlier, and that will be a major focus in another term. I touch again on experience. We've proven that we can do these things and do them well. And I'm looking forward to another term where we can continue to deliver for the people of our county. We need to work better as a region of Boone, Kenton, and Campbell, but we also need to work regionally on a larger scale. Several months ago, I reached out to the new mayor of Lexington, Jim Gray, and shared with him my desire to see that the urban areas of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Northern Kentucky, Louisville, and Lexington, begin to have a dialogue about how we may collaborate and work together. I knew Jim from the private sector, and as a new mayor, I reached out. He then reached out to the mayor of Louisville, who was new also, first-term mayor, Mayor Greg Fisher, and we had a meeting. Our next meeting included the county judge executives from Kenton and Campbell County. So the 5 of us meeting represented 5 of the 8 largest counties in the Commonwealth. We soon learned that we needed a few more numbers, and we included Elizabethtown, Hardin County, Bowling Green, Warren County, and Owensboro, which is Davis County. That completed the 8 largest counties in the Commonwealth. Our group is called the Metropolitan Alliance for Growth, MAG, and we are discussing issues in a bipartisan way. Some of them are Democrat, some of us are Republican, and we're approaching the issues that affect us. For too long, the rural areas of Kentucky have controlled the state legislature. It's really the tail wagging the dog. We need to change that. We need to be more efficient and more effective as a Commonwealth. Those 8 counties produce over 70% of the total revenue for the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Just 8. The 112 other counties are reaping the benefits. So we need to work smarter. Within the region, Boone, Kenton, and Campbell are the model of regional cooperation and collaboration. We'll need to come together working on the heroin epidemic. The judge executives already have asked the Northern Kentucky Health Department to fund a position to be basically the heroin drug czar for Northern Kentucky. One person to coordinate all the efforts that are going on around our region so that we get this issue under control. Also, funding for economic development. For years, Triad, our economic development team, has done amazing things and been awarded nationally many times. But they're at a point today where funding is going to be needed to compete with those communities we compete with on a regular basis. Charlotte, Nashville, Indianapolis, Columbus. The private sector is where we'll look for that funding, not the taxpayer. We have some plans to do that, and I'm excited about the future potential there. By the year 2019, I predict that we'll be living in safer communities where this heroin epidemic is a thing of the past. I believe that we will be seeing more new, good-paying jobs, probably more in a high-tech sector, whether it comes to manufacturing or other high-tech type jobs in our region. And I think that will be spearheaded by NKY, Gateway Community and Technical College, and our other educational partners. I believe that we will see a different looking Cincinnati International Airport. CVG, the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, has to reinvent itself. I believe we'll see land development on airport property that will bring jobs and economic development. I think you'll see additional air cargo type carriers at the airport, and I believe we'll see more passenger carriers serving more cities and being more competitive. By 2019, we'll be driving on the new roads that I mentioned earlier and others. We'll be driving on the new overpass at North Bend Road, the new Camp Ernst and Pleasant Valley Road. We'll be driving on the new Mount Zion Road and utilizing the interchanges and seeing them under construction at Richwood and Mount Zion. There'll be safer intersections at US 42 where Hicks Pike and Rice Pike intervene. We'll see a new intersection at Triple Crown Boulevard in Frogtown where there have been accidents and a fatality. We must work on traffic, congestion, and safety, and by 2019 we'll see the benefits of that. And I believe that overall we'll see a major population increase continue. By the year 2019, it's predicted that there will be over 140,000 people in Boone County. They'll continue to choose Boone County because of our quality of life, our safe communities, our good schools, our park system, and the good paying jobs and low taxes that we've demonstrated we can do and that we will continue to do. It's been an honor and a privilege serving the people of Boone County. As I stated at the beginning, I'm running for another term because we're not finished yet. There's more that we need to do and more that we want to do. I love going to work every day, and I ask for the vote and the support of the good people of Boone County in ensuring that that continues and that our success continues. Thank you.